What's up, boys and girls? Welcome back to JD Plays Ark Survival Evolved on the center map. And I have been chopping down trees like crazy and building like crazy. I'm about to gain another level like crazy. And I told you guys I was going to kind of get the base built up a bit, get it all converted to wood, and that I was going to get ready to start working on getting myself a ladder system kind of down to the beach. And here we are. So let's look at where we actually are right quick. How much wood do I have? Pretty good amount. Okay. Let's make some of these. These are probably going to put me overweight. It's going to suck. I'm not going to be able to move. We're almost to the point where we're going to be increasing our carry weight, but we're not quite there yet. I hope I can get a level out of this. 2070. I'm not going to get a level out of this. This is going to suck. Alright, we're going to have to throw things down and run and stuff. It's going to be terrible. It's alright though. So we're building ladders. I've got 13 of them so far, but I can't carry anything, so I'm going to throw them out. I'm going to run over here to the base. Run. So I've got walls up. I've got my double doors up again. I've started building some ceilings. I think I tamed an extra dodo. I don't remember if I did that on camera or not, but I do have an extra dodo now, so that's cool and stuff. Been storing some resources in here, and we're just going to throw these in here. No, that's not. Throw it all in there. Just throw it. Just transfer your inventory. Be done. Okay, there we go. Done. Alright. We still haven't increased carry weight at all. So, we can't carry exactly a whole lot just yet. But hopefully we can find these ladders that I just threw out somewhere on the ground. Because they were all... Did I lose them? Oh, man. Are you kidding me? They shouldn't have decomposed that fast. Surely not. Surely I'm just blind. There they are. I'm blind. Alright, cool. Got our ladders back. So anyways, yeah, that's what we've got going on so far. I've gone ahead and I've built this little platform. Now this is lined up with my foundations so that I can connect to them if I want to. So that if I wanted to, eventually I can make this, an actual internal structure. And all I'm going to do is going to try to start running ladders down to the beach. Now the question is if I start putting ladders hooked up right there, are they going to make it all the way down? I don't know the answer to this. I don't know if I can place ladders going down like this. So let's... Oh, I can. How fancy. That is fancy business. This is kind of scary. Like, I'm scared I'm going to fall off of this. It's very disconcerting. Uh-oh. That sucks. Got 4 ladders left. Let's see how close we're going to get here. 3, 2, 1. Alright, so we're not quite down to the ground yet, but we're getting there. So let's climb back up. Gonna need to make, I don't know how many more, but we're gonna need to make a few more. But that's still cool that we've got a ladder system. We're gonna be able to get down to the beach soon. We've gained a considerable amount of levels. Now we need to go back and get some of this stuff that I just stashed. I'm still getting used to the doors. Oh, these chests, dude, these chests stack. It's so awesome. Look at that. Your standard Ark chest, you can't stack them. These you can. I now love my little small inventories again, because I used to hate these things because I couldn't stack them. Therefore, they really weren't worth using, and now they're worth using, so that's awesome. Got lots of berries going on from all my gathering of materials that I need, so that's cool. I don't need to carry around all this poop, nor do I need to carry around all this meat. I'm gonna go stash all that somewhere. We actually have a bit of resources right here, so let's just make use of this stuff right quick. Crafting. And we're not going to make 32 of these. I'm going to make like 10, and then we're going to go from there. How many do I have so far? Because I kind of lost track for a second there. Oh, right there. Boop. All right, we're going to end up with 11. That's cool. And that's just about got us a level up. Am I reading this correctly? How nice, how nice. All right, let's take this food and store it on Lay Dodos. Obviously, we're getting more eggs and more poop all the time. That's good. So let's store some more berries, some more meat, more berries, and more berries. And we're going to start storing eggs in here as well. All right, fancy schmancy. Let's jump back on here, and we almost have ourselves a way down. And that, I think this is going to be a good thing. I don't know. We're about to find out. Uh-oh, we've almost made it. Question is, are we close enough? I don't think so. We're going to need to make a couple more. I mean, I could probably make it just from being down there on the ground, but I'd rather just finish it, you know, and yeah. So we'll make like 5 more ladders just to be safe. Forget these doors open on their own. This happens to me every time. Alright, so that's seeds. I don't need seeds, I need these. So wood, thatch, fiber, craft. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, all right. So we are at level 20. This is actually going to be our 21st level. So starting now, we can start putting points into weight. I've got 68 Ingrams available to me. What have I bought while you were off camera? Maybe these sloped walls. I don't remember. I may have done that on camera. I know I picked up the raft Ingram, and I've got compost bins. I probably should make a compost bin actually. So here's the raft. I haven't really bought a whole lot other than that. In the compost bin. I am going to make that compost bin right now because I did not realize I had that. I don't know how I didn't realize I had that when, you know, I'm the one that made it, but yep. Farming compost bin right here. Let's make one of these bad boys. So composting bins are amazing. They are for the handling of poop. As you know, poop is a big deal because at least I've been telling you that it's a big deal. So just know it is a very big deal. So let's see here. What I want to do is I want to stick it as close to this wall as I can. And then I want to... hold on. Line it up as best as we can with the floor line. So I'm thinking like right... maybe there? Oh, there, yep. We're going to K out, crouch down, pull back. Let's see, is that lined up? That's lined up pretty good. Alright, we don't want to peek through the wall at all, so we're going to put it about right there. There we go. There's our first composting bin. So I probably could have scooted that back a little further. In fact, I'm going to pick that up. I love the fact that I can pick this up. So nice. Let's drop it right there. Because there we go. That's beautiful. Alright, now how this thing works. So these things are going to spoil in 45 minutes in my pocket, but if I throw them into here, they're now going to last for 6 hours. And look how much space they give us. Wow, they made composting bins OP in this mod. I'm not going to complain. That's actually good. I think in a box that big, I could fit more than 6 pieces of poop, just to be honest. And that's what the old composting bins allowed for. So I'm pretty okay with that. I wonder if they do more than one compost job at a time. So the standard composting bin can hold up to 6 poop and 2 thatch at a time. And this guy can hold, it looks like, a whole lot more than that. But in the standard, it only starts composting the first poops you put in, and then 50 minutes later it will do the next poops you put in. So what I'm wondering is, since this thing's much bigger, did they actually change the functionality of the composting bin to where it's going to compost multiples at once. And if you'll give me just a second, someone is knocking on my door. I apologize. All right. So, so anyways, with these new composting bins, we may be able to get a lot more compost done at one time. Fantastico. Now, we've got some ladders. Let's go finish up our ladder to the ground. And we should be able to actually go get that supply crate, because we should be of level to retrieve that now, which will be fancy schmancy and nice. Climb down. All right. Let's head on down the ladder here. And of course it's dark and it's raining and I can't see anything and it sucks. Whoa, but that lightning is definitely bright. They may need to start giving a epilepsy warning, because that was really bright and flashy. Okay, we're almost down. I think that's down. Just about. Oh, that was bad. There we go. We can now reach the beach from our base. So that's awesome. I can come down here whenever I need to, and I can grab me a little old drink of water. I can hunt dodos, and I can easily get back up top, and that's fantastical. Now the question is, do I want to try to go over there? I don't think it's safe. Look at all these pearls. See all those shiny things down in the water? Those are all pearls just waiting on me to come and collect them. And the little black streams that are coming up, that's an oil node. Like, let's see, can I do it with chat? Yeah. Like right there, that's an oil node. So nice little spot. Good place to start. Alright, do I have the material on me to make a bola? I would need 3 stone. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. And let's craft up a bola. Muy bueno. Very good. There's a parasaur over here. Let's grab this bola and get ready to bola this bad boy. Apparently things have been dropping all kinds of poop down here too. Level 45 parasaur. Boom. You're snagged, buddy. I'm gonna have you for dinner, I'm afraid. Because it's cold and rainy and wet, freezing to death, and I'm gonna be hungry soon. I'm just gonna chop you up and then cook you up. And you're good experience, so you know. This is the way it goes. Alright, so once we get to level 20, the game kind of starts to open up a bit in terms of crafting. And it's for a variety of reasons. But I got here very quickly just by building my base out of wood, right? I mean, I just started building all the things that I needed and getting myself ready to build this little platform, and next thing you know, I'm 20 and I'm able to do what I need to do. It also ends up getting me a lot of Ingrams built up because I've got the basic structures and the basic necessities I need to get by on. So now we can start having a little bit more fun with our Ingrams and buying some of the more quote-unquote cool stuff. And we'll talk about that in just a second after I kill the second Parasaur here. Now keep in mind that when butchering an animal, if you use your axe, you're going to get more hides than you are meat. Whereas if you butcher it with a pickaxe, you're going to get more meat than you are hides. So keep that, whatever you're out hunting for, keep that in mind. Parasaurs by default are going to just give a naturally good amount of hides. So yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. There we go. Let's prepare that real quick. And this also gives us access to a bit more, wood and thatch sources down here, because we've used up quite a bit of ours up top. And it makes it so that when we get ready to start doing raft building, I can launch a raft from down here and it's not a big deal. I wonder if I were to build a platform, which I'm building right now, can I link that in with these ladders? Let us see. Whoa. Okay, never mind. I thought I just built 5 foundations. I was like, I did not mean to build 5 foundations. Alright, so I can't just straight up link it in there. But I'm betting that I can line it up with walls and whatnot. And my wife is asking me questions as I do things. So there we go. Ladders up. We've got access to our beach. That's good. Let's get inside the house before we freeze to death and die, because I don't want to die. And we will talk about where we're at on Ingrams and what we're going to be focusing on now. So we've got our composting bin. That's really nice. That's going to help us. Oh, we're dying. We need to eat. I can't eat on a ladder. That sucks. So don't get caught on a ladder in the middle of the freezing night, because you'll die here. You can't eat. You also cannot eat while you're swimming, by the way. So we ate some steak, and let's just run in the house right quick. There we go. Got our nice little housing bonus kicking now. Alright, so we've got our composting bin over there. We've got our ladder down to the beach. I've said that multiple times now because I'm kind of silly. We've got 68 Ingrams available to us. So let's start looking through at what we actually need. Now, I told you I wanted to get a bow, so we're going to have to get the slingshot so that we can pick up the bow. And we are going to need that for sure. So there's our bow. Alright, let's come on down here a little bit. Things that we need, or what we want to look at first. The raft is going to be important, so I'm glad to have that. Now, we could start looking at getting stone pipes and being able to run water to our base. That's going to be more important once we start farming than any other time, so I'm not super worried about that just yet. We probably will be eventually, but not just yet. Bookshelf. Now, here's something that's important. We definitely want this forge, and this smithy, and this pick, and this hatchet. Now that's 12 plus 18. It's going to be 30. Plus the forge is 51. So for 51 points, which is exactly what we have, we're going to be able to transition to metal tools. And metal tools are a massive game changer. We really want those. It's a big deal. So I'm very happy that we got those at level 20. 21, we opened up wall torches and scissors. We may look at those later. We also opened up trank arrows, and that's cool. We're going to be wanting to make trank arrows. Those are going to come in handy when we get ready to start taming bigger dinos. Now, I would like to craft right off the bat as quickly as possible a forge. For that, I need 125 stone. I've got plenty of hides. Need some wood. Need some fiber. Let's dump out our bags. So let's see here. What do you got in here? We got some poop. Let's take the poop. Let's go put the poop where it belongs. We should never not be putting poop inside of these things, because there's just no reason not to. You're just letting your poop go to waste. And because I was just able to poop now, I've got 3 human poop in here, and hopefully we can make some more fertilizer. Now we're going to be stockpiling our fertilizer in the beginning until we're able to actually start growing crops. Alright, there we go. Now, what else is in here? Nothing of real importance, but we're not really carrying a lot like I thought we were either. So let's peek at what we got going on here. So I have almost enough stone already, right? I said that I need 125. I've got 121 right there. I've got enough flint. I just need the wood. So let's go out and grab us some wood right quick. And a little bit of our wood has been respawning. Not much, but we've got a little bit. It's always good when these big trees respawn, because they've got a bunch. Now keep in mind, we haven't done anything super creative with our base, you know, or anything like that, because really all our base started out as is just, you know, a place to stay safe. And we'll kind of expand upon that and start really trying to stylize it here in the future. But for right now, it's just a place where we can store our stuff and get in here safely away from dinos. Alright, so with all of this in hand, grab these out, these and this, crafting, and what do we need 4 more stone. Because I was not smart just now when I went out resource gathering and all I got was wood. So we're gonna drop all this stuff off. And let's put this stuff in here. Let's start cooking as much as we can of that. Let's take some well, do I really want to do that when I need stone right now? Yeah, I kind of do. I kind of need some spark powder. We'll take these 21. I can get 21 real quick. Alright, that'll give me enough to make 21, which will actually give me 42 spark powder. Because it doubles. So, you know, it's cool. So we'll take our little stone hatchet, we'll run right over here, and we'll start chopping us out some stone. Alright, that should be enough to get our forge off the ground. Now, the forge is a place where we're going to be able to start making metal ingots. And that's super important. Because metal is the good stuff in life. Right? What was it again? We do need it. Okay, we need all of these things. Okay, so let's make one of these. Boom. Should be getting pretty good experience for building it too. So that's awesome. There we go. So we've got our S+ forge. Now, I'm going to put my forge over in this corner because it's kind of tall and it's kind of bulky. It kind of gets in the way. Nah, I'm actually going to put it right here. I changed my mind about that. I'm going to stick it right. I don't want it to peek out the walls. Something like right here, maybe. That looks good. Now, can I pick that up? I can, and I can pull in resources. So sexy. Oil, no. I want metal. There we go, metal. So pull all the metal in. Yeah, pull it. Let's see what we got here. So we got 3 pieces of metal. Fantastic. Alright, well, I want to craft a smithy. Well, for a smithy, we need 50 more stone, 30 more wood, and 20 more hides, and then 5 ingots. Okay, well, I need some stone. I've got the wood and the hides and everything. So I need to go get some metal, and I need to go get some stone. So I can probably kind of find those two things together. I know where there's a bunch of metal. In fact, let's go on an adventure. We're going to go on an adventure and explore a bit more of our surroundings. So the most exploration we've done has just been to go cut down trees, right? We haven't really gone up into these hills and really looked around a whole lot of places. But there's some good stuff up above us. So let's go up there and hopefully we won't die on the way. I kind of adventured this way a bit earlier, but there were a bunch of bad dinos out here, and I was like, I don't want to die. So I went back. Now it looks like those evil dinos have returned to their evil area. And we're going to kind of start heading uphill here. Hopefully nothing bad finds us, because I haven't walked this path in a long time. But I think that if we can make it to the top, we're going to find some goodies. And I would like those goodies. Yep, goodies. These shiny, beautiful rocks are going to be full of metal ore for us. And the shinier, such as this one, they are, the more metal they will produce. So, let's get busy. Now, obviously, it's not a good idea really to be pickaxing with a stone pickaxe. We're getting more stone than metal. So I don't want to waste what metal's in that one over there. I should have thought about that before I started. What we need is enough metal to build the smithy to start. We have that right now. Any extra metal that I get is going to be put towards the actual construction of metal tools. So let's look at what we need for that. So crafting, I can't see them right now. I forget. Okay, well, we ended up with 15. And we've got 3 back home, so that's going to give us 9 ingots. I think we need just a little bit more than that, though. And I need a single piece of wood to be able to repair that pick. So let's get that piece of wood, repair that pick. And let's try to get a little bit more metal out of this guy. That wasn't the amount I had hoped for. It was nice to get, but not what I was hoping for. Let's try here. And what we'll do if we get too heavy is we'll just toss out some of this stone because we really want as much metal as we can to take home with us. That thing went nuts with stone, didn't it? Alright, let's throw some stone out. Like that much stone. And go for metal again. There we go. Oh, we got a level up. Cool. Level up's a big deal. So we're at 200% melee, so we can finally start increasing our weight. And we got 16 new engrams. Let's drop all the way down here. So what did we get as an option? Well, Pulmonosca saddles. I can't even speak. Pulmonoscorpius saddles. Tripwire alarms. Wall trophies. Parachutes. Hyenodon, Equus, Raptor. I'm good on saddles. We can get a trike at 12, but I'm not going to go for a trike this time, I don't think. Let's make a parachute. I got an idea. We're going to hold on to the rest of them. So, crafting. Para. So for a parachute, we need some fiber and some hide. I don't have either on me. That's okay. I was going to make one and just try to jump down to save us some time, but I don't have any hides. So these are crystals, and they're very hard to farm until you use metal pickaxes. But we're going to try to get a couple of crystal out of here if we can. Rare mushrooms are awesome, awesome. They're used for a few recipes, but they also make for a pretty good food source because we can get them kind of in large quantity here. So what we want the crystal for is this thing right here, making a spyglass. And we're going to make use of that down the road a bit. Alright, we've got 8 engrams remaining. Let's just leave that alone for now. To make a spyglass, you need wood, hide, fiber, and crystal. And that's going to come in super handy down the road. How much metal are we sitting on right now? 26. So I think that's enough to make both metal tools, and we can still move around kind of quickly. So I want to get back while we still can in case something tries to, you know, mess with us on the way home. Now we got to turn left here, but just to kind of give you a point of view to show you where we are in relation to the base. The base is right below us, right down there. I could probably just jump off of here and die and save myself some time. Let's do that. Oh, if I could land on that ledge. Oh, I was dumb. I probably could have survived if I had landed on that ledge. I'll have to keep that in mind in the future. I killed myself. It's terrible. Hey. Oh, I thought that was a crystal coming down. That's my body. I was like, yeah, right by the base. No, dummy, that's your body. Crap. Alright, let's jog on back over here. And let's get some, we got some spark powder made somewhere. Here? Yeah. Alright, let's take spark powder. Let's drop some ingots in here. Bam, and light the fire. Now ingots only smelt down in pairs, right? So it's going to take 2 ore per ingot. And then this is going to make us some food. So let's light that up. And then this can go in there. Just throw that one out. Not worry about it anymore. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful things are happening. Alright, so we need to be able to make a smithy. And for that, I have the stone. Cool. I have the wood. Great. I have the hides. Awesome. Spy. What am I missing? Fiber. Make a spyglass right quick. Let's go back to where we were. And right now we are just waiting on ingots. So let's see here. There's 2. And the spyglass is pretty awesome. It does exactly what you think it does. But just to show you why I'm interested in it. So obviously it will let me see far distances. Well, what's that really good for? Well, not only does it show me far distances, but let's say I'm looking for a specific dinosaur. So, you know, say I'm looking for that right there, a trike. It shows me their level and sex. So when I'm looking for specific dinos for breeding, like say I'm looking for a high-level pteranodon, I can use the spyglass to identify pteranodons that might be flying. Like there's one right there, right? Although I'm really bad at this a lot of times. So there's a 90 female. Okay, cool. You know, maybe I want to knock her out of the sky and try to tame her or whatever. But this thing's awesome because I can investigate what the dino is and what level it is safely without having to get near it. Oh, and my body's still over here, so I got an idea. Let's truck back over here as quickly as our little fat legs will carry us. I'm way overweight right now. We're going to butcher our own body. Heck yeah, we got 12 meat out of that 19 meat out of that bad boy. Yay for having 200% melee. It really pays off when getting the foods. Oodles. Alright, so we're a little over where I want to be time-wise, but we're going to finish up this smithy. There we go, 5 ingots. Alright, so crafting. Let's craft ourselves a smithy. Oh, I already had 2 ingots on me. What a surprise. So we got a smithy right here. Now, smithies are fun to place, and at the same time, not very fun to place. But with these S+ smithies, I think it's going to be not so bad. Kind of looking forward to this, to be honest. We're just going to put it right here and turn this kind of into a work area, I think. I think that sounds like a good idea. Let's try to kind of line it up a little bit as best as we can. There we go. Alright, so in here, we're able to now start working on building tools. So we need 8 ingots for an axe. We only need 1 ingot, which we've got, for a pickaxe. So we'll need a little wood. And then I think it's hide. Yep, a little hide. There we go. And voila, our first metal tool. There are no magic tools. That's not entirely true either. There are kind of these upgraded, better tools, but we'll talk about those in a little bit. And I think I should come out with just enough to make myself a metal axe as well. Just gotta wait on this to finish up right here. So how many engrams do we have left? Only 8. Let's take a look at where we're at with 8 engrams and what we can go after. We've got the recipe for bows now. I can't do crops. I need to get those soon so that I can start planting. I could get a wooden fence. I could get my other sloped roof right here. I'm going to need that eventually. Anything that I need more right now? That's a good question. Cementing paste would be nice, but I'm probably never going to need that recipe, to be perfectly honest, till much later in the game. And even then, we'll see. We could start getting better armor. That would be an option. Could start messing around with pipes. It's always an option as well. But we really don't have enough to go crazy with pipes. It would cost us 8 points just to get the 2 of the most basic pipes. I would like to get preserving bins, but I'm a point off on that. Could go with gateway and then pick up the dinosaur gate, you know, soon after. That would be nice. Bookshelf requires large box. Oh, wow. That's freaking awesome. 250 ingots, 125 cementing paste, and a hide. And we're able to build a item collector that picks up items like poop, catina paste, I don't know, and unfertilized eggs. and then distributes poop to nearby compost bins and dung beetles. Requires propellant for fuel. You can make this in the S Plus industrial grinder. That is pretty sick. Pretty sick item. Shears nearby sheep. Requires raw meat to function. Can place preserving salt in inventory. Very cool. Normally I wouldn't pick up parachutes, but occasionally they can be pretty helpful for getting up and down from places quickly. So, yeah. I just picked that up mostly for fun. It was kind of a bad choice, just to be perfectly honest with you. Had I not bought that, I could be buying my preserving bin right now. But I did buy it, so meh. Okay, let's go with the slope thatch roof. That leaves us 5 points. And with those 5, let's pick up wooden ramp. And that will give me the S Plus wooden ramp. Did I get the S Plus sloped roof? Probably not. Right there. Damn. And that leaves me with 2 points, and there's nothing for 2 points available right now. So we'll close that. Alright. So my ingots, are they done? Let's take a look. Got 4. We can turn that off. How's my meat doing over here? Meat is cooking up well. Very good. Okay, so we put these ingots in with those, and we can now craft our metal axe. And with that, boys and girls, I'm going to call this day of missioning and surviving a success. We have metal tools, and by the way, this structure we've built right here, this thing holds up to 300 items. Normally, smithies hold 75, but this bad mamma jamma holds 300. That's crazy. I'm really liking this. I can definitely see some overpoweredness to the Structures Plus mod, but I think the functionality that it provides is worth it, especially for a single player map. Even for a server map, with other people, I could see it being good, because it doesn't mean I'm going to have to spam out, 20 smithies, which is what I would normally do, to increase the storage space of smithies. And the fact that I can actually stack these now means I'm more likely to use these boxes as well now. I could totally be down with providing like only 75 storage spaces on the smithy, and then being able to craft like an upgrade item to upgrade its storage capacity. That would be cool with me as well. So just saying. But yeah, metal tools. How good are metal tools? Let's take a quick gander at this. So just to show you, on a tree, usually we get about, I don't know, 100 something logs or so, maybe 150 thatch or whatever. I don't remember off these trees. But this thing cuts it with rapidity, and we got 135 logs right there. So they usually yield more, and they do it faster. So metal tools are a great thing. Not to mention, they're extremely durable. So I'm pretty happy about that. With that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you for watching. As always, if you liked it, like it. And if you would like to see more like it, click that subscribe button for me. You guys be good to one another, and I'll catch you next time. Laters.